Here with the FNS show, this is ET now, and it's going strong into the big event that is the policy. 5100 is here. You've got good traction built up for the entire rate-sensitive basket. So yes, banks are looking good, and so is the case with autos, with Tata Motors being the top notch on the index. You've also got ICICI Bank, which is currently holding up, and there's some news coming in KN India. The Director General of Hydrocarbon has now pulled up the company for the Barmer oil output shortfall. KN India still going good in trade, up about 1.5%, 1.2% up in the green for the Nifty spot. The futures currently holding at a premium of about 5 points. The Nifty futures picture would just come up for you on your screens, and KN India now may miss their 513 output target on the Barmer shortfall. The stock, though, is currently holding up, as is the rest of the market. Quickly, I want to walk you through some of the movers. And clearly, when one talks about the Nifty 50 names, top on the pack is Tata Motors, which is going good by about 4.5%. You've got the DVR as well, which is looking strong, 4.3% up in the green currently. India Cements is holding up very well. It's a good 5% move that you're seeing on ISM. You got a GMDC, JSW Energy, Grasim, PFC, some traction coming in on Renuka as well. So Sri Renuka Sugars is now at 28 plus levels. Polaris and Reliance Infrastructure has been holding up very well. So the stock is looking good by about almost 3.5% or so. On the flip side, some profit taking coming in for Sesa Goa, On Mobile Global, Ashok Leyland, Sterlite Industries. You've got a Jindal Saw as well, which is currently down by about 3%. Arvind Chambal is seeing a continued trend of some weakness trickling in ever since the fertilizer decision on a urea price hike was actually deferred yesterday. So Chambal Fertilizers, after a 3% cut yesterday, it actually loses another 1.4% or so as well in trade. There is some news coming in from the Information and Broadcast Ministry, the Secretary saying that they're likely to decide on cable TV digitization deadline come next week. So let's see what Hathway Cables and the likes are currently up to in trade, because when the meeting was deferred, you did see some bit of weakness trickle in for some of these stocks. Hathway Cable started off okay and now is holding around that 0.5% sort of gain mark in trade. Quickly then, let's bring in our experts on board. Today we have with us CK Narayan, Sandeep Barclay as always, and Shardul Kulkarni as well joins in with his thoughts on the markets as well as individual stocks. CK, you go first. Going strong into the big event, that is Greece election outcome over the weekend as well as the credit policy on Monday. What's the take on the markets?
See, I think Greece, people are now veering around to the view that whether one party wins or the other, we may actually be in a win-win situation. That people for the austerity measure, they win, we may have a big rally, and if the anti-austerity measure people win, I think then all the rest of the central banks may actually come in big force and they may produce a rally. So suddenly the market seems to be taking a view that Greece could actually be a win-win. Be that as it may, for the banking policy thing also, I don't see any kind of nervousness in the market. So overall, it seems that the market is pretty sanguine as we go into the big events ahead of us during the early part of next week, which is probably why the Nifty itself has been trading pretty well. On Nifty, I was just advocating a long position yesterday at then current market position prices of about 5,065, and that has panned out pretty well. We are currently trading at about 51.25, and I had a target on that particular trade till about 51.40, and I think that is most likely to sort of emerge today. So I would suggest tightening the stop if one had actually gone long on the recommendation made yesterday, keeping the position open, looking for about 51.40, if not higher. I think there might be some short squeezes, so we may even see even higher if 51.40 is exceeded. So I remain bullish in both Nifty and Bank Nifty.
Sandeep, what trades are you recommending on the index?
Well, yesterday, last half an hour, it looked like there could be some kind of a downside, possibly 50 to 70 to 80 points on the Nifty is what I thought. But looking at today's price action, I don't think so that would happen. But I'm not very comfortable going long because the market is likely to be very, very choppy based on the news, whatever rumors, whatever come in. So I would avoid trading in the Nifty and the Bank Nifty, though I do agree with Dr. Narayan that the bias is on the upside. So if one has to take a trade, it has to be on the upside. As of now, seeing the charts, I get that feel.
Sharpal, how about you? At 5100 plus levels, what trade are you recommending on the index?
Hi, good afternoon, Aisha. Looking at the chart structure, at least what we feel is that, yes, the market is expected to move higher. You've got a decent double bottom sort of a formation at 4750. The primary target of that comes to around 5250, 5300. So I would look at it from a perspective that by expiry, we are expecting that the market should be at 5300. Thus, we recommend buying the 5000 call option. That is the best way to go in when you have a very big event going forward. Although the IVs may not be suitable for buying, but at least you are not risking yourself too much more than the premium. So I would say that you can buy the 5000 call option with a stop loss of 100 rupees on the lower side. You buy it in the range of 165 to 155 and you have a target of 300 on the upside. So I would look at that as a probable trade in case of the Nifty instead of going long in the Nifty futures itself. But yes, the view remains bullish and clearly we are quite bullish on the market from a trading perspective.
CK, want to get your thoughts in on Tata Motors as well as the DVR, and what sort of trade would you execute after a 4.5% notch up today?
I think all auto stocks are on a kind of a small tear today. Hero Motors, Mahindra, Maruti, Tata Motors, every one of them. Tata always keeps responding to whenever there are favorable set of numbers on JLR, and anything favorable with JLR always sees a shot in the arm for Tata Motors, and we are seeing one such right now. But I believe that the stock is still not out of the woods from the knock that it had taken earlier. So for this rise, maybe I would put the higher ceiling at about 240, 245. We are trading up to about 238, 39 already. So I don't see too much room on the upside. I would rather go into stocks where there were larger short positions. Something like Maruti and Mahindra had much larger short positions compared to Tata Motors. So therefore, I think if the rally in the auto pack were to last, those two stocks would probably give you a better bang for the buck as maybe compared to, Tata Motors.